2026. Okay, it being 5 p.m., the Lafourche Parish Council regular meeting of January 13, 2026 is hereby called to order. Ms. Carleen, can you please conduct roll call?
Yes, sir. Mr. Brumfield is absent. Mr. Adams is absent. Councilman Perk.
Here.
Mr. Melvin is absent. Councilman Pierce.
Here.
Councilman Arabi.
Here.
Chairman Oten.
Here.
Councilwoman Chasson. Here. Councilman Lorraine. Here. Parish President Ogeron.
Present.
Thank you, Ms. Carleen. If everyone would please rise, we'll be led. Would someone want to do invocation? Mr. Brumfield had made here. Mr. Perk, you'll do invocation, and we'll lead by Pledge of Allegiance by also, well, actually, we'll let Mr. Pierce lead us in Pledge of Allegiance then.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Jesus, we ask that you bless us as we prepare for the new year. Let us conduct our business that represents the entire parish and what's in the best interest of our parish. Please keep all of our residents safe, and we have a prosperous meeting. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag, United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. I'd also like to remind everyone to please put your phones on silent or turn them off out of respect for others in the audience. Additionally, just like to remind everyone that as we go through ordinances, the chair will ask for public input 3 times prior to the council discussing and ultimately bring it to a vote. And then when we get to resolutions, we'll simply discuss among the council and then go to vote. So if you're interested in speaking on a resolution, please make sure to fill out a blue form at the door when you walked in and get up to our council clerk up here. We'll be certain to recognize you during public wishing to address the council. With that said, we'll jump right into chairman's reports. And so year 2025 was a year, I can tell you that, knock on wood, but I think was the least amount of emergency declarations that we've had in the last seemingly 10 years. So last year was a good year in terms of not as much extra activity as normal. I do want to thank a few people as the person holding the chair and the gavel for last year, and start off by the district attorney's office, who reviews our agendas and points out any issues we may have and kind of helps us to work through any issues along those lines. Secondly, I do want to recognize and thank the entire group with the administration. It's been a pretty seamless effort as we make these agendas and work through our public's business. So I do want to thank, of course, Archie is here. So thank you, Archie, for the beginning of the year, and for the last half of the year, Mitch and your staff. So very much appreciate it. I do want to thank our council clerk's office. They're our first line of defense in small items that are incorrect or inconsistent with the way we're supposed to operate business. They're also the group that researches ordinances to make sure that we don't have anything that conflicts or something that's missing, or if we have a speed limit that's supposed to be on the street and it's not on the street, they're the ones that do the research and find it. So thank you very much, Rachel and Ms. Carleen. Much appreciated for your efforts in 2025. I'd like to thank my council, because I can tell you that we've in my opinion, we've handled ourselves with professionalism the last several years. I think we've been right on point. Of course, the public has some input on that too, because they've held their cool as they've come up to address us, which is not easy at times when you're really passionate about an item. So, I do thank the council, the entire council. Thank each one of you. With that said, that ends my chairman's comments and brings us to item B. Appointment of office. Yes, Mr. Perk.
Yes.
Hold on one second. Hold on. No, hold on. It kicked out again. It keeps kicking out. All right.
All right.
You have the mic, Mr. Mark.
Thank you. If we could deviate for a second, and on behalf of the council, the entire parish council, and the council clerk, we would like to thank you for your chairman, your leadership for 2025. We appreciate how efficient you manage our meetings. in an expedited way. And I think we appreciate that. I think our residents appreciate that. So with that said, I would like to present you with your crystal gavel for 2025. And I just hope I don't see it in a pawn shop somewhere.
Thank you. I am truly honored and humbled. Thank you very much, Mark. I'll leave it right here.
Appreciate you, Mr.
Oh, okay.
You ain't getting away without a picture.
Ms. Quillen, you can
Butterfly.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Once again, I'm honored and thank y'all. I hope I'm as impartial as is expected, because it's not easy as a Marine to stay impartial. But thank y'all. I'm honored. I also do want to point out, Councilman Mr. Brumfield did arrive in the chambers at 17:03 hours. All right. Okay, it brings us to item B, appointment of officers for 2026. We'll do the elections for the officers, and the way it'll work is I will open up nominations for both chairperson, and then we'll go through the sequence, and then we'll do chairperson. Person will be nominated by one of the council. Beyond that, the individual that's nominated will have to acknowledge receipt and that they are in favor of being nominated. I'll ask for 3 additional times if anyone else will be nominated. Once that's done, we'll go to vote, and we'll vote in the order that the nominations are made until someone is elected. If there is no, because I got asked this a few years ago, if there is no one that receives the minimum of 5 votes, we continue doing it. We stay here till we have 5 votes, whatever that takes. So just so everyone's crystal clear on how that system works. That's as per Robert's Rules of Order. So everybody clear? Good. All right. With that said, item 1, nominations to select a chairperson for the Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year 2026 are now open. Mr. Perk.
I'd like to make a motion that Chairman Otam retain the chairperson position for 2026.
I'm honored, and thank you very much, and I do accept that nomination. Thank you, Mr. Perk. We have a second on that motion. Not that that's necessarily required, but we'll put a second with Mr. Pierce. Well, we do have a second item. So we have a motion, we had a second, I did accept it. With that said, are there any further nominations for chairperson for the Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year 2026? Third call, second call, any further nominations to select a chairperson for Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year 2026? Last and final call. Is anyone else nominated as to run for chairperson for the Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year 2026? With that said, there's no further nominations, so nominations are now closed. And with that said, I do thank y'all. If anyone, we'll pull it to a vote in case there's anyone here that wants to vote against me, I'll still do that. So all in favor of, yeah, go ahead, Mr. Lorraine, you have it.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that Mr. Otan runs a very good meeting. And nothing against him. I really think he does a real good meeting. I've been sitting here for 42 years, and I was chairman 3 times, which was good. A lot of times I didn't take it. I didn't want it. I wanted to give somebody else a chance. But this is about your 10th time, and I think you do a great job. But how do you want the other 8 councilmen to learn something when you're always the chairman? Not jealous. I just said you do a damn good job. But there are other councilmen. There's 9 council on this council.
Thank you, Mr. Lorraine. And I do have respect for Mr. Lorraine, so I will not rebut, but I do appreciate you making comments. With that said, all in favor of Councilman Otan as chairperson for fiscal year 2026, state yay. Yay. And all those against, please state nay. Nay. And for the record, Mr. Jose, you on board? You wasn't with him. With that said, the motion passes with 6 yeas, 1 nay, that nay being Mr. Lorraine, and 2 absences, that being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Got it? All right. Very good. Brings us to item 2, nominations to select a vice chair for Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year of 2026 are now open. Mr. Araby.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Councilman Mark Perk for vice chair.
We have a nomination by Mr. Araby for Mr. Mark Perk. Do you accept, Mr. Perk?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Perk accepts. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Brumfield. Are there any further nominations for vice chair for Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year of 2026? Mr. Lorraine, you have the
I'd
floor,
like
sir.
to nominate Terry Araby.
Mr. Araby, do you accept the nomination?
I decline.
Mr. Araby declines the nomination. Are there any further nominations for vice chair for Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year 2026? Third, last, final call. Are there any further nominations for vice chair for Lafourche Parish Council for the fiscal year 2026? All right, nominations are now closed. We'll bring it to a vote. All in favor of Councilman Perk serving as vice chair for 2026, please state yay. Yay. All those against, please state nay. Unanimous. Motion passes with 7 yays, 0 nays, 2 absences, those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Congratulations, Mr. Perk, and thank you, and look forward to another year with you, sir. All right, and once again, thank the council for entrusting me to hold the gavel, and I commit to staying as impartial as I possibly can, because it does take a conscious effort on my part at times. All right, with that said, let's get to rolling. Item C, state and/or federal legislative updates. I don't see any state and/or federal legislative individuals in the audience. Brings us to item D. We have none as of yet. Brings us to item E, executive session. I'm not entertaining a motion to enter into executive session. So moved by Mr. Perk, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? And this is going to be for LARS 4217A2, discussion on settlement regarding the following litigation. And so with that said, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences, that being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 3, I'm sorry, that's going to be for reconvene the meeting. So, Mr. Parish President, can you state on who's going to be in the executive session with the full council, please?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it'll be myself, Deanna, our parish administrator, Savanier Anderson, our HR director, and I believe Ms. Lisa Ogeron will be joining us as well.
Good, Ms. Corleen?
Got it.
All right. We'll be back as soon as we possibly can.
told Sheriff tomorrow, he lets anybody be a deputy, doesn't he?
I guess, I don't know.
That's what I told him when I saw him. So the sheriff let anybody be a deputy.
Is that on your list at all? But that don't mean they're not gonna do something.
Yep, okay. So the only thing is we have is this, presentations, which will be coming up. All right. Okay, I'll now entertain a motion to, well, let me bring it to item 3. Timeless saying Lafourche Parish Government Docket Number 148495, which is what we just went into executive session for. I'll now entertain a motion to reconvene the meeting. So moved by Mr. Perk, second by Mr. Brumfield. All in favor signify by saying aye. Does anyone oppose? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. With that said, I'll now entertain a motion to take any necessary actions, if any, that regarding the matters that were discussed in the executive session. So moved by Mr. Perk, second by Mr. Brumfield. Any discussion? That said, all in favor signify by saying aye. Does anyone oppose? Motion passes with 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. You okay? Item F, action from executive session. Number 4, resolution authorizing Lafourche Parish Council to approve the settlement of Tommy Lassane versus Lafourche Parish Government, docket number 148495, in the amount as agreed upon on behalf of Lafourche Parish Government, and authorizing the Parish President to sign and execute and administer any and all relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Brumfield. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Brings us to item G, presentations and or updates. Number 1, Ms. Charlene Rodriguez, Executive Director for the Lafourche Parish Council on Aging Incorporated, to present her annual report. Ms. Charlene, you have the mic, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Charlene Rodriguez, Post Office Box 500, Raceland, Louisiana. I've handed Ms. Carlene all of my paperwork. I'm hoping it's out there because, you know, we're in the process of moving. We're 99.99% moved.
Awesome.
So we're excited to say that, but on the other hand, we're also sorry to say that we're poor now because we have people on a waiting list. And people be calling y'all and asking y'all about it. They're just on a waiting list. I'm sorry. Now we have to follow a budget. Before we had the funds where we could put everybody on and we was good. We loved it. But now we have to learn how to say no sometimes. It's hard. So if y'all find money somewhere, please remember the Council on Aging. The seniors need your help. On that note, I would just want to thank the Bayou Community Foundation for a $10,000 grant to help us with some seniors with the homebound, and Representative Joe Ogeron, who came up with a $175,000 grant for us to help us with our office and equipment and supplies we needed. I gave you all a copy of my advisory board and board of directors meeting dates for 2026. Carlene has my agendas and my meeting minutes from last year that I normally give her, my reports and stuff like that. So if anything's missing, she's going to let me know, and I'll send it to her. Any questions?
Very good. Anyone has any questions of Ms. Charlene? Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, Charlene, are there some programs that are put on hold?
All of
Meals
them.
on Wheels?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them. We're at our max to
So
all
we're
of them.
backing up to square one when I was first a
You
councilman.
got it. We have money.
I
We
can
had to do the
understand.
billing.
I know they've been trying to get some funding for a long time for the 8 different centers for the electric bill, because y'all don't participate in that. And I'm gonna say it again, Mark, they gotta sell some little cupcakes and all to pay that. And I think that's sad when the senior citizens of the parish has gotta pay their own electric bill. I think it's sad, because if it wouldn't be for them, we wouldn't be here. Because that's just the way I feel.
Thank you, Mr. Lorraine. Any further discussion? That's it. Thank you, Ms. Charlene.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. All right, it brings us to item H, engineers and or architect reports. All right. Brings us to item I, public wishing to address the council, public hearings, agenda items, et cetera. Mr. Ms. Carlene has none. Brings us to item J, approval of minutes. Item 5, I'd like to have a motion entertained to accept the minutes of the December 9th, 2025 regular session. So moved by Mr. Perk, second by Mr. Pierce. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. That brings us to item K, public hearing and ordinances for ratification. I'm now entertaining a motion to open public hearing. So moved by Mr. Perk, second by Mr. Araby. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 6 will be deferred to the January 27th, 2026 meeting. That brings us to item 7, ordinance amending and reenacting Chapter 22 of the Lafourche Parish Code of Ordinances as it pertains to land development, authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Mr. Perk will move on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Brumfield. Would anyone from the public like to comment on the ordinance at number 7? Second call, public input for the ordinance at number 7. Last and final call. Anyone from the public wants to comment on the ordinance at number 7? Anyone from the council? There being none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. And I will now entertain a motion to close public hearing. So moved by Mr. Perk, second by Mr. Araby. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Brings us to item L, proposed ordinances. And Mr. Perk, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Number 8, proposed ordinance removing the current speed limit sign on First Street and installing a solar-powered radar display speed limit sign pending appropriate funding is available. Thibodaux, Louisiana, Ward 6, District 2, Parish of Lafourche, State of Louisiana, providing for the replacement of the current speed limit sign on First Street with a solar-powered radar display speed limit sign pending appropriate funding is available, and providing penalties for the violations thereof, introduced by Chairman Otam. Number 9, proposed ordinance granting a franchise to Energy Louisiana, LLC, to supply electric power and energy throughout the parish of Lafourche, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Chairman Otam for administration. Number 10, a proposed ordinance granting a variance from Lafourche Parish subdivision regulations from the building side setbacks reduced to 5 feet in the proposed Magnolia Estates as not recommended by the Lafourche Parish Planning Commission on their December 3rd, 2025 meeting. Chairman Otam for the administration. Number 11, a proposed ordinance approving a lease agreement between Hanby LLC and Lafourche Parish Government for leasing the premises located at 525 Justin Street, Lockport, Louisiana 70374, to house the Lafourche Parish Coroner's Office, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Chairman Otam for administration. Number 12, a proposed ordinance approving an act of transfer and acceptance of LA 3266 between the State of Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development and Lafourche Parish Government, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Councilman Brumfield for the administration. Number 13, proposed ordinance declaring property as surplus belonging to the Lafourche Parish Government, authorizing the disposal of surplus property, authorizing the advertising of surplus items for sale, authorizing the acceptance of the highest qualified bidders, and any and remaining items that are deemed to have no value will be properly discarded, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Chairman Otam for the administration. Number 14, a proposed ordinance amending and reenacting Chapter 22 of the Lafourche Parish Code of Ordinances as it pertains to land development, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Chairman Otam for the administration. Number 15, a proposed ordinance approving a lease agreement between Andrew A. Martin and the Lafourche Parish government for a 14-foot pirogue and boat model, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Councilman Lorraine for the administration. And that is it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Perk. Brings us to item M, resolutions. Number 16, resolution honoring Dr. Wade Roos on his appointment as the 29th president of Louisiana State University. This is on a motion by Mr. Lorraine, second by Mr. Araby. Any discussion? Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say that I knew the family real well, his parents, his grandma, grandpa. I knew his brother. I didn't know him too much, but he was raised in the Golden Meadow area. He attended South Lafourche High School, and he went to Nicholls State University. So I wanted to do this earlier, but I messed up in December since we had one meeting. So I'm doing it now, and I'd like to get this resolution to him some kind of way. And believe it or not, being the president of LSU, and in a bad time, I would say, when all this athletic stuff started, coaches being fired and all, it's going to be rough. But I think this young man's going to handle it. And believe it or not, it makes Lafourche look pretty good. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Mr. Lorraine. Any further discussion? Bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 17, resolution approving an agreement between Lafourche Parish Government and Schindler Elevator Corporation for preventive maintenance and repairs on parish-owned elevators, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 18, resolution adopting the Lafourche Parish Hazard Mitigation Plan update and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Araby. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 19, resolution accepting a grant in the amount of $15,000 from PetSmart Charities for adoption preparation and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any and all relevant documents. Mr. Brumfield for the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 20, resolution approving amendment number 4 to the intergovernmental agreement between the state of Louisiana through the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority, CPRA, Board, and Lafourche Parish Government for the Grand Bayou Freshwater Reintroduction Project, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said amendment and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk will move on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Pierce. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 21, resolution approving change order number 5 for the project titled Courthouse Annex Hurricane Ida Repair Renovation, increasing the contract price by $195,706.38 and adding 21 additional days, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk for the administration, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? Mr. Araby, you have the floor, sir.
Mr. President, where are we at with this project now? I mean, every other meeting, it looks like we're getting change orders and things like this, and I'm questioning what's going on.
All right. Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This particular case, well, first off, substantial completion is March 20th. This change order here is to address the hot water piping. We were trying to be able to keep the original hot water piping that we had when we had moved some asbestos insulation. We kept on finding more and more hot water piping that was substantially really damaged, needed to be changed. And that's what the bulk of this change order is for. Additionally, there was some wiring that was slated to be changed. When they changed out the wiring that they had, they ran across some other wiring that they ended up having to, it is a can of worms. The more you mess with things, the more you end up finding it, specifically when it's buried in conduit and the like where you can't see it. And that's what we were up against. I really believe that we have a good line of sight on this one, and that we'll be wrapping it up sooner rather than later, and that we'll be reaching the end of this with hopefully just a balancing change order.
I would ask again, too, this is going to be all included with FEMA? It's still within the
Yes.
boundaries of
Yes,
FEMA?
this is, there is a couple of items that doesn't fall in that arena that is going to be 100% lack of maintenance. But I'd say 97% of this is under the FEMA and the insurance claims, yes.
At a 90% FEMA, 10%
That is
Lafourche
correct.
Parish coverage? Okay.
That is correct.
All right. Yeah, I'm like Mr. Arabi. I hope we quit finding little holes, but.
Oh.
All right, thank you, Mr. President. Do we have any further discussion before we bring this one to a vote? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 22, resolution approving an agreement between Ducks Unlimited Incorporated and Lafourche Parish Government for the North Bayou Lewis Terracing Project and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant document. Mr. Lorraine for the administration, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yeah, we have to thank Ducks Unlimited because they're doing a hell of a job below Golden Meadow, and that's going to be the next one, the extension. And sometime ConocoPhillips helps out, so I'm giving them a little plug too, and the parish. So it's really looking good toward Fouchon, and on the other side, the floodgates.
My hope is that they can try to get the ducks back down here too, though.
I don't know about the ducks.
There's no ducks.
The ducks usually get here.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lorraine. Any further discussion before we bring it to a vote? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 23, resolution approving an agreement between Ducks Unlimited Incorporated and Lafourche Parish Government for the Highway 1 Terracing Extension Project and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. Mr. Lorraine for the administration, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 24, resolution approving an agreement between Louisiana Works Office of Workforce Development and Lafourche Parish Council, Office of Community Action for the Community Services Block Grant fiscal year 2026, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any other relevant documents. Moved by Mr. Brumfield on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Perk. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 25, resolution approving an agreement between the State of Louisiana, Keep Louisiana Beautiful Initiative, and Lafourche Parish Government for Keep America Beautiful Summit Grant Program, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said agreement and any all relevant documents. This one will be moved by Mr. Perk on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Brumfield. Any discussion? Mr. Arabi, you have the floor, sir.
Mr. President, I know we had some money put aside to do the repair work on this bridge here, and it's $205,000. That's extra money.
That's next one, TA. Next one, TA. Hold that thought to the next one. Go ahead, Mr. Lorraine. You have the floor, sir.
Make Lafourche great again. That's
what I'm trying to do.
You have the floor.
On that, those cans are being put, I see some scattered all over, but they are being put, most of them, by boat launches. Good job.
Yeah,
'Cause I
Mr.
tried to
President,
get it and
not
I
in
couldn't
the
get
front.
it. But I got one.
Yeah, let the record reflect the president nodded in the affirmative on that with the question on the cans at the boat launches. All right. Any further discussion on that item? There be none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 25, resolution approving an agreement between the State of Louisiana. Oh, sorry. See, Terry got me messed up now. Item 26, resolution accepting the quote of Allied Shipyard Incorporated in the amount of $205,999 for the project titled Côte Blanche Bridge Rehabilitation Project Dry Docking, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer an agreement and any all relevant documents. Ms. Shessoff for the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. And Mr. Arabi, if you press, now you have the floor, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President, this is over and above what's been allocated already for the repair work of that bridge. Because, I know at last meeting before the holidays, we really didn't have any money to bring it on dry dock. And you said you'd find some money, hopefully after the holidays. So this is what this is about. You found $200,000? Thank you.
All right. Mr. President, you have the floor, sir.
So there was $1.5 million that was dedicated to that capital project. The initial bid, we were trying to do everything at once, which would have included which was with a general, not just a specific bridge contractor. That came out at $1.7 million. So the general was going to handle the dry docking, which is something that's completely separate and apart from the bridge rehabilitation itself. We punted on that because it was over the budget, and we went back and we bid the bridge work itself. So the grading, the road surface portion of it, the electrical, all of that, independent of the dry docking, because it, again, is a completely separate thing. That bid at $800,000, a little over $800,000. So that left some money in that original capital budget, right, when we had $1.5 million. So being we still had some money left over, and we knew that this separate operation can be less than $250,000, which it should, because it's dry docking a barge, which we've discussed at the previous meeting. We went and had the engineer write the scope for it and request quotes in accordance with our state requirements, and we did that. And of course, that's what you have here. So we're actually going to put together this entire whole project as it was designated in the capital budget for less than $1.5 million. Make sense?
All right. Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor now, sir.
First question, does any of these funds, you said capital outlay, comes from road sales tax too? They do. Does any of these funds come from the merger? Just what was left in road sales tax too? Because the merger is still the same, bridges, roads, and drainage. So that's where you're getting the funding from. That was from the power lines in below Valentine, south. So my next question is, I was very concerned about the barge. The way it was going and the way it was headed, it looked like the barge wasn't going to dry dock. Now, the barge is in real good shape, but it's about 14 years old. You familiar with boats, I'm familiar with boats, not too many up here is, but anyway, it needed to be brought to dry dock while you were doing all the other work. Because in 14 years, you got barnacles, you got to demet coat it, you got to blast it, you got to clean it, and you got to put the anodes, for the electrolysis. So you know what? I'm going to commend you for getting that done, because that's something that really needs to be done before somebody really gets hurt. And I see school buses crossing that bridge, and they got 9 patches on each side. So I hope you do it and get it done as quick as you can. Now, I must say this. Some people might not be happy because nobody wants a broken bridge. But the only way you're going to get it fixed is to do what you got to do to fix it. And you're doing it together. You're doing the barge, and you're doing the aprons and the ramps, which needs to be done. Now that it's being done all at one time, I can tell you, I know how it feels, because for 3 years I lived out of and the bridge in front of my house was out. And I guarantee you, my gas bill in my car and my truck doubled because we had to make the round twice every time. Now, I know it's going to be inconvenient for some of the people in Cutoff because that's a pretty busy area. But it has to be done. And I hope that the public understands that. And I'm glad that you put in some kind of way the barge. And I thank you.
I'm at 10 years on my bridge, so 2016, so I feel for them. All right, Mr. Arab, you have the floor now, sir.
One other comment, and that's the reason why I question it, because Mr. Daniel has been bringing this thing up quite a few times at the meetings about the dry docking, and I agree with him, it does need to be dry docked. But we were being told that we didn't have the funding for it, and I guess that's why I'm questioning. I'm glad you were able to find the money to do the project. I'm glad Santa Claus brought us a couple $1,000, thank you.
All right, very good. Ms. Chesson, you have the floor, ma'am.
Hi. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be inconvenienced for a little while, but I want to thank you for working diligently to make sure we got that funding taken care of. I knew you were working on it, and I appreciate it. And the steadfastness of the bridge getting fixed, we're going to hope and pray for the best. I know we're going to do better than state. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Chesson. Any further discussion on this bridge? If not, let's go ahead and move. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Lorraine, you got one more follow-up. Go ahead.
Is there any more money left in road sales tax too? I'm just asking.
I'll have to have Renita check.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
All right, very good. If there's no further discussion, we'll bring this one to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Brings us to item 27, resolution reappointing one member on Lafourche Parish Animal Shelter Advisory Board representing Council District 2. Mr. Perk, on behalf of the administration, who do you have, sir?
We have one vacancy, one reappointment, Dr. Kimberly Deskin Ruth.
Can I get a second? Second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Motion passed 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. That brings us to item 28, resolution appointing one member on Lafourche Parish Animal Shelter Advisory Board representing Council District 3. Mr. Perk for the administration. Who do you have, Mr. Perk?
We have one vacancy, one appointment, Ms. Joey Hebert.
Second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 29, resolution appointing one member on Lafourche Parish Animal Shelter Advisory Board representing Council District Number 1, Mr. Brumfield for the administration. And who do you have, Mr. Brumfield?
One vacancy, one appointment, Mindy Danos.
Ms. Danos, can I get a second? Second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Adams and Mr. Melvin. Item 30, resolution approving change order number 6 for the project titled Hurricane Ida Galliano Government Complex Interior Rebuild, decreasing the contract price by $7,929.50, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said change order and any all relevant documents. Mr. Lorraine for the administration, second by Ms. Chesson. Any discussion? There being none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. Item 31, resolution approving amendment number 5 with Rev for the Matthews Government Complex and Brief Therapy Center in the Galliano Health Unit, and authorizing the parish president to sign, execute, and administer said amendment and any all relevant documents. Mr. Perk will move on behalf of the administration, second by Mr. Lorraine. Any discussion? There being none, we'll bring it to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Is anyone opposed? Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Melvin and Mr. Adams. And that brings us to item N, Parish President, Department Heads, Directors, our Manager reports, presentations, and our updates. Item 32, Department of Public Works Representative to present a report. Mr. Ogeron, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As per our normal process, it's been emailed to you guys. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself, Deanna, and of course, Mr. Sonny.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. That brings us to item O, questions for the administration. Ms. Chesson, you have the floor first, ma'am.
2 easy ones. When will our government complex and library be open? And when will the hospital be open? The new one. All right, thanks.
And hospital, both opening dates. Mr. Arabi, you have the floor, sir.
I got a question about the Zalman's Road project and also the Butch Hill pump station. And also, what's the status with the administration building in Thibodeau? I've been getting some calls on that we haven't had any work done with the contractor in the last 5 months. So can you give me an update on that and find out what's the issues over there? Thank you.
And Mr. Perk, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, Mr. President, just if we have any little new news or update on Talbot Richfield.
All right, so I have 6 items if you're willing to answer those, Mr. President. All right, you have the floor, sir.
All right. I'm going to work in reverse. So on Talbot and Ridgefield, at the next council meeting, we're going to have an agreement for the engineer, for them to be able to review that intersection. They actually already started working, doing some basic information gathering. So we'll have that ready to go. For the Zalmans, they're in the finalization of the design for the road cross sections. As soon as that's done, we'll put that out for bid. We were hoping to go out for bid mid-February. As far as our administration building, I will tell you that and we're meeting with the contractor tomorrow, the biggest holdup, believe it or not, is the air conditioning equipment. That's the critical path item. The air conditioning equipment is being provided by Train. And while they were supposed to have already delivered the air conditioning equipment, they have not. And in fact, what Train does is they allow people to buy up positions for the delivery of equipment. We can't do that as a governmental entity. We have to say, well, this is what we effectively paying for by open bid. So our delivery of equipment has been pushed back to the end of January. It was supposed to have been delivered back in early November. We have no way to go back against Train. We can only fault the contractor on days. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold them accountable on days. That's what occurred and is occurring at the building. As far as the hospital, they were shooting for doing a ribbon cutting in the next couple months. I did get a quick walkthrough of it when I passed through the other day. It looks incredible. I know that they've got some stuff that they got to finish, some technical items and whatnot, but I know that's coming soon, and I'd have to defer to Lloyd in the hospital service district on the final details there. I'm really glad that you asked about the Galliano complex, because I have a note here. There's going to be an invitation that's going to go out to everyone tomorrow, that on Thursday, January 22nd at 2:30, we'll be cutting the ribbon on the fully shiny, updated Galliano Library and Complex and Head Start site. So mark your calendars, write it down. We will be cutting the ribbon. And then we're anticipating that, well, the library will be operating in there actually as a soft opening this coming week. They're going to start operating in there on Monday because they got their certificate of occupancy today at right around noontime. We are going through a couple little knickknacks with getting connectivity from Rev, et cetera, in the building for us to be able to move the rest of the governmental services there, whether it be the assessor, et cetera. So we're anticipating that's going to be either the last week of January or the beginning of February. But we'll be back in the Galliano complex. I hope that addresses everyone's questions.
Thank you, Mr. President. Follow-up, Mr. Arabi.
I didn't hear anything about Butch Hill unless I wasn't paying attention. But still in all, back to Butch Hill. This project's been going on quite a couple of years now. And I'm looking for an update on it so I can comment on it.
Thank you, Mr. Arabi. Mr. President.
I was writing a bunch of notes, Terry. On Butch Hill, it is fully engineered at present. and we are seeking funding. We had $300,000 in Priority 1 from the state for design. That has since been expended along with our own matching dollars. There is 17 million sitting in P5, which is, it's not cash. In other words, it's just their process to be able to move stuff up in the future. We are asking for additional funding from the state in that, but it is not currently fully funded to be able to go out for bid. We are working multiple sources to be able to build that pump station. And of course, I'm fully committed to being able to get it fully funded along with future other pump stations. We are working, and we met recently with CPRA to put it in the annual plan so we can work on funding for that pump station via that route as well. Hope that answers your question, sir.
All right, Mr. Arabi, you have the floor again, sir.
Well, it answers my question, but I think I've been questioning this pump station for a couple of years now, since early part of 2024, and was told by the previous parish president that we were going to probably go out for bid before the end of the year 2024. And then when I spoke to him again in the latter part of December, told me that we were going to wait till after the first of the year, being the holidays were coming up, to go out on bid. And here we are, all of 2025 gone, and here we are 2026. And we ain't went out on bid yet. I was told we had the funding for it by the parish president. And now you telling me we don't have the funding. So I'm kind of confused. I'm trying to find out what's going on with this pump station. This has been on the project for quite a, and I know it's a lot of money. I know it's a lot of money. But if we keep on waiting, the $22 million is going to cost now, it's going to be $30 million after a while. And this has been an engineering stage now, what, 5, 6 years now, whatever? Been a while. So, and I'm pushing for this pump station because it's going to take care of all these people behind the hospital and all my people in the racing community. And this is a pump station that needs to be upgraded. So I appreciate whatever you can do to get some funding. I was just fed a lot of talk last couple of years. So I'm hoping to get straight shots from y'all this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arabi. That brings us to item P, discussion. Mr. Lorraine, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, I had an opportunity to meet with the president of Loop. Some kind of way he got in touch with me, and we were texting back and forth, and he wanted to meet with me and show me the operation by the Britain Canal. They got an operation there. They have one offshore platform. We didn't go there. They got one in Covington. We didn't go there. We just went behind South Lafourche. But what he didn't know is that back in the 80s, about 45 years ago, I used to work for Bull Brothers, and we did a lot of work back there. Bull Brothers wasn't the only contractor working for Loop, but they did do a lot of work at Fouchon. I was involved with some of that, and then I got transferred behind South Lafourche. So I was kind of familiar with it, but I tell you what, it was very interesting because we chatted after. He brought me through the whole situation, and they've been in operation, like I said, about 45 years. 11,000 ships have been unloaded over there. 16 billion barrels of oil. And he told me how much their electric bill was for all of it, not just behind South Lafourche, offshore, here, there, whatever. $300,000 a month. That's their electric bill, so energy likes them. And they are one of the highest taxpayers in Lafourche. They might not be number one, but they within that 1 to 10. And it was very interesting. And they do participate in helping out schools and different things. They're generous if you can get to the right person. And it was a very interesting trip. And like I told them, when they first started, I knew every one of them. But I said, a lot of them are retired, and some of them passed away. But I knew them all. Now I don't know too many, except some of the ones I went to school with that retired from there. And that's one thing that he told me, that once you get a job with Loop itself, not a contractor, Loop itself, not too many people quit. Because they got good benefits, they got good retirement, and they got good salary, I'm pretty sure. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. And one thing that they're working on as we speak, they're looking to diversify. They got engineers looking at different things. It's a long process. And I guess what they want to diversify in, I think, is natural gas. And that's basically the future of all of it. It's coming. So I just wanted to let you guys know, and I gave y'all a little agenda deal. And the president was very nice. And we met. So if any of you guys want to meet, let me know, and I'll arrange it. I tell you what, you'd be surprised, the property that's located back there, plenty, that you don't see from the road. Got that? I'm done.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lorraine. No one else has pressed their button for discussion. Want to make sure there's nobody else? Okay, thank you, Mr. President. I thought you were gonna. Go ahead, you have the floor, sir.
Real quick. So, Councilman Lorraine, I'm sure you're going to be asking the question, so I'm going to preempt you. With the Galeana Complex coming into operation, I do want to tell you that the design is actually wrapping up on the Golden Medal Library, and that's actually going to be going out for bid in February.
I will believe you when I see it.
All right. With that said, we'll move to item Q, adjournment on motion by Mr. Brumfield, second by Mr. Perk. With no further business, Lafourche Parish Council regular meeting of January 13, 2026 will be adjourned at 18:08 hours. All in favor signify by saying yay. All against say nay. Motion passes 7 yeas, 0 nays, 2 absences. Those absences being Mr. Adams and Mr. Melvin. Thank y'all. Thank you, everyone.